Before I start, you need to understand something. I am trained to notice what others miss. Patterns, timing, the space between actions. I have spent years as a detective learning how to control situations before they turn violent. That is why this story should not exist. I was assigned to protect you. That part is simple, professional, clean. What happened after is not. You will hear this from my side, because that is the only version I know how to tell. I will tell you what I saw, what I ignored, and what I explained away when I should not have. You will not hear your own voice in this story. You never needed one. If you are ready, stay where you are. Do not interrupt. This is how it began. Stand there, please, right by the wall, where the light does not reach too much. I need to see the whole room, therefore, I need you in that place. You always follow instructions. I noticed it on the first day, but I did not think it would matter. People usually ask questions, or they try to smile, or they pretend they are not scared. You do none of that. You just listen, and that makes my work easier. The room is safe. I checked it earlier, and I will check it again later, because that is what I do. Windows are locked, the door is solid, and there is nothing here that could hurt you. Nothing except mistakes. You are quiet tonight, but quiet can mean many things. It can mean trust, or fear, or boredom. I should not try to guess. Guessing leads to thinking, and thinking leads to problems. Therefore I focus on facts. You are standing where I told you to stand. You are breathing slowly. You have not moved. I tell myself, this is normal. Long days create strange moments, and strange moments pass, but this one stays. The silence stretches, and I become too aware of it. I hear my own breath, and that almost never happens. I was trained to ignore myself. I turn my head slightly, not enough to look at you directly, but enough to know you are still there. You did not move when I spoke. You did not answer. You never do unless you are asked. That should not feel important, but it does. I remind myself that you are not my responsibility in that way. I am here to keep you safe, not to notice the way you wait, or how calm you look when you think no one is watching. That is not part of the job description. Therefore, I should stop talking now. But I do not. I tell you not to come closer, even though you have not tried. The words leave my mouth too fast, as if I am afraid of something that has not happened yet. You stay where you are, and I feel relief that does not make sense. I have protected many people before you. Some of them were important, some of them were powerful, and some of them thought they were untouchable. They filled rooms with noise. You do not. You leave space, and space makes me think. That is dangerous. For me, I say your name in my head, and my voice changes even there. I notice it immediately, therefore I push the thought away. Names create closeness, and closeness breaks rules. Rules are the reason we are both still safe. You shift your weight slightly, and my attention sharpens at once. It is nothing. A normal movement, but my body reacts before my mind does, and that should not happen. I tell myself to calm down, but my eyes are already on you. Do not turn around, I say, and I am not sure why. If you turn, this moment will end, and that should be a good thing. Therefore you should turn. But you do not, and I do not, repeat the order. There is a line here, one that cannot be crossed. I know exactly where it is. I have lived by lines like this for years, but standing this close to it feels different when you are the one on the other side. Nothing has happened. That is the truth. No touch, no words that cannot be taken back. But intention matters, and I am aware of mine now. That awareness sits heavy in my chest. In a moment, I will tell you to leave. I will sound professional again, and you will obey, because you always do. This will become just another quiet shift, another memory without meaning, but not yet. You are still there, and therefore I am still speaking. The hallway is darker than the room you left behind. The lights are low at this hour, and the building sounds different at night. Every step carries farther. I walk a little behind you, close enough to react, far enough to pretend this is normal. You move the way I taught you to, Calm. No rush. Your shoulders stay loose. That should make me proud. Instead, it makes my chest feel tight. I do not like noticing that we stop at the corner where the camera does not reach well. I know every blind spot. I helped design them. You pause, waiting for my next instruction, and I take too long to speak. This is where I should tell you to continue alone. I do not. I tell you the corridor is clear. My voice sounds steady, and that is the most dangerous part. You nod once, slow and quiet, and the movement pulls my focus back to you. I remind myself of the facts. You are safe. There is no threat. This is only a routine check. I repeat this inside my head until the words lose meaning. You ask if something is wrong. You almost never ask questions. I answer no. The word comes out too fast. I add that everything is under control, because that is what you need to hear. Control keeps people calm. Control keeps me standing where I am. You look at me then, not fully, just enough. That look lasts less than a second, yet it changes the air between us. I feel seen in a way I do not allow, not by anyone. My training tells me to step back, to reset the distance, to end this interaction. I stay. I tell you to go to your room. The sentence is correct. It follows protocol. You hesitate only a moment, as if you want to say something else. I watch your mouth instead of your hands. Another mistake. You decide against speaking. I can tell. Your silence presses against me harder than any word. I turn away first, pretending to check the hall again. You walk past me, close enough that I catch your heat, your quiet presence moving through space. My body reacts before my mind can stop it. I straighten, tense, ready for danger that is not there. You do not touch me. That is important. When you reach your door, you stop. You wait again. I tell myself this is habit. You are trained to wait. Still, my pulse rises. I give you permission to enter. My voice lowers without meaning to. You open the door, then pause, with your hand on the handle. Good night. You say, it is simple, polite, nothing special. I do not answer right away, when I finally do. The words feel heavier than they should. You close the door softly, and the sound settles into the hallway like dust. I stand there longer than necessary. Nothing happened. That is the truth I hold on to. No lines were crossed. No rules were broken, yet something has shifted, and I know it will not return to how it was before. I walk away at last, already planning how to fix this. I do not yet know that I am too late. The next night follows the same schedule, same hours, same checkpoints. I tell myself routine will erase what should not exist. Routine has always worked before. You are already waiting when I arrive. Not where you stood yesterday though. Closer to the door this time. That change is small, almost nothing. Yet I register it at once. My eyes adjust. My posture shifts. I do not comment on it. I tell you to walk with me. You fall into step, easily. Too easily. Your pace matches mine without effort, and that unsettles me more than resistance ever would. Most people struggle with silence when they walk beside someone. You do not feel it. The corridor narrows near the service stairs. I slow down without thinking. You slow down too. Our shoulders do not touch, yet the distance between us is measured in breaths now, not steps. I tell you to keep close. That is a mistake. I hear it as soon as the words leave my mouth. You obey. Of course you do. Your arm brushes mine for half a second when the hallway bends. Fabric against fabric. Nothing more. My body reacts as if it were a signal. Muscles tighten. Focus sharpens. I stop walking. You stop with me. I tell you, there is no danger. I say it calmly, as if calm were enough to undo what just happened. You nod, waiting, and the space between us does not widen again. I become aware of details I should ignore. The warmth through your sleeve. The quiet sound you make when you breathe out. The way you tilt your head slightly when you listen. I step half a pace back. You do not follow. That should feel like relief. It does not. We continue moving. I take the stairs this time, choosing the narrower path on purpose, then pretend it was habit. You take the step behind me. I can feel you there without looking. My back knows where you are. Halfway down, I stop again. I tell you, the light is broken. It is not a lie. One bulb flickers above us, throwing shadows across the wall. I turn to face you. Closer now. Too close for comfort, not close enough to matter. I could move away. I do not daunt your face, stays unreadable. You are very good at that. Still, your eyes lift to meet mine, and the moment stretches. I tell myself to speak. Any instruction would fix this. None come. I raise my hand slightly, stopping before it reaches you. The motion is automatic, a guard's reflex meant to block, to protect. My fingers hang in the air between us. I lower my hand again. You do not flinch. You do not step back. You trust me with your stillness. And that trust weighs more than armor. I clear my throat and tell you to continue down the stairs. My voice sounds different. Quieter. You pass me, close enough that I feel the air shift. I watch you go. That is another failure. At the bottom, you wait. Always waiting. I catch up to you and stand at your side, not behind, not in front. Beside you, I do not correct that. For the rest of the walk, the distance never fully returns. We move through the building like this, two shapes sharing too much space, neither of us naming it. When we stop at your door again, I stand closer than last night, close enough that I could reach out without leaning forward. I keep my hands at my sides. You look at me, and this time you do not look away first. I tell you good night before you can speak. The words are firm, almost sharp. You nod and go inside. The door closes. I stay where I am, aware of the exact place you stood, the warmth already fading. I know this pattern now. Small changes, no sudden moves. That is how boundaries disappear, slowly. I change the route the next evening, not for security reasons. I tell myself it is to keep things unpredictable, to reduce risk. That explanation feels thin, even to me. You notice immediately. You always do. You do not comment on it. You never comment on what I choose to do. That silence follows me as we move through the lower level, where the ceilings are low and the air is warmer. The space presses in on us from all sides. I slow my pace again. This time, I do it on purpose. You adjust without thinking, stepping closer than before. Our arms almost touch. I can feel the heat of you through the narrow gap. My focus splits, part of it still watching corners, part of it fixed on the space between our bodies. I stop near the storage doors. There is no reason to, no sound, no signal. The decision comes from somewhere I do not want to examine. You stop with me. The corridor is narrow here. One of us would have to move to create distance. I do not. Neither do you. I tell you to stay where you are. The instruction is unnecessary. You would not move without it. Still, I say it, and my voice comes out low, steady, almost careful. I step closer under the excuse of checking the door. My shoulder brushes yours. This time, I do not pull away at once. The contact is brief, controlled, easy to deny. I tell myself it means nothing. You shift slightly, turning your body toward mine. Not fully, just enough to change the shape of the space we share. I am aware of your height now, the line of your jaw, the way your breath moves when you stand still. I should step back, instead. I angle my body so that we are facing each other. The silence stretches. It feels thicker here, heavier. I can hear the hum of the lights above us, the distant sound of air moving through vents. I can also hear you breathing, slow even. I raise my hand again, this time higher, close enough that my knuckles hover near your shoulder. I pause there, giving myself time to stop. You do not move. That stillness is an invitation, even if you do not mean it to be. I let my hand fall, stopping just short of contact. The space between us feels charged now, like something waiting to break. I tell you that we should keep moving. The words sound wrong, out of place. You nod, but you do not turn away right away. For a moment we stand like this, facing each other in a narrow hallway, where no one else will pass. I step past you first. The movement brings us closer than before, close enough that my arm slides along yours as I go by. This time, the contact lasts longer than a second. Neither of us reacts. We walk on, and the distance between us stays altered. You no longer walk behind me. You walk beside me, close enough that our steps fall into the same rhythm. When the hall widens, you do not move away. I allow it. At your door, I stand directly in front of you, blocking the way without meaning to. You stop inches from me, too close to ignore. I tell you, good night. My voice is quiet now, controlled, but only just. You look up at me, and I feel the urge to lift my hand again. I do not. That restraint feels deliberate, almost painful. You wait. I step aside. You go in, and the door closes between us. The sound is soft, final. I stand there longer than I should, replaying every movement, every pause. I understand something now that I did not want to admit before. This is no longer accidental, and I am still not stopping. The night shift is quieter. That is why I volunteer for it. Fewer people, fewer questions, less movement. I tell myself this is about safety. Night changes patterns. Night hides things. That is true. It is also not the whole truth. You are asleep when I take my position. You are always careful about rest. But tonight, exhaustion wins. Your body gives in before your mind can resist it. I notice the moment it happens. Your breathing changes first. Slower, deeper. Your shoulders relax. Finally letting go of tension you pretend not to carry. You fall asleep without meaning to. I should wake you. Sleeping here is not ideal. The chair is not made for rest. Your neck bends at the wrong angle. I notice all of it immediately. I do nothing for a while. I just watch. Sleep makes people honest. You stop holding yourself still. Your hand slips from where you placed it. Your head tilts, searching for comfort that is not there. A small sound leaves you when you breathe out, soft and unguarded. I look away. Then I look back. You shift again, restless now, and I recognize the pattern. You are not dreaming. You are cold. The room temperature drops at night. I adjusted it earlier. I misjudged. That is my fault. I take the blanket from the back of the chair. I move slowly, carefully, as if speed might wake you. I drape it over you, keeping distance, making sure it does not touch your face. You sigh and settle. A few minutes pass, then you move again. The blanket slips. Your fingers curl into it without waking, pulling it closer to your chest. The movement is small, instinctive. It tightens something in me that I do not have a name for. I step closer. I tell myself this is still duty, still protection. I adjust the blanket again, more securely this time. My hand brushes your shoulder by accident. You do not wake. I freeze anyway. I wait. Count breaths. When you remain asleep, I pull my hand back slowly, as if retreating from a line I should not have crossed. I do not move away. You turn in your sleep, closer to where I stand now. Your knee bends, your weight shifts. You look younger like this, softer, unaware of the danger that never really leaves you. I have guarded many people at night. None of them felt like this. I should return to my post. Distance matters more when no one is awake to witness mistakes. I know that. Still, I remain where I am, watching the rise and fall of your chest. My thoughts are loud now. I think about how often you wait without being told, how you watch exits, how you stepped closer instead of away. I think about how easily you trust me. That thought hurts the most. Your hand moves again. This time it reaches outward, fingers stretching, searching. They stop against my sleeve, not gripping, just resting. I do not pull away. The contact is barely there, cloth against skin, weightless still. It feels heavier than anything that happened while you were awake. I stay like that longer than I should. Eventually, your hand relaxes. Sleep takes you deeper. I step back at last, restoring distance that feels forced now, artificial. I return to my post. From there I watch over you until morning. When you wake, the blanket will be neatly placed. The chair will be untouched. I will look the same as always. You will never know how close I came to breaking the rules while you slept. Public places should feel safer. More people, more noise, more exits. I remind myself of that as we enter the mall, even though experience tells me the opposite. Crowds hide intent, sound hides movement. You walk beside me, not touching, not drifting. I placed you on my left without explaining why. You accepted it without looking at me. That makes navigating easier. It also tells me you are paying attention. We stop near a restaurant on the second level. Glass walls, open space, tables packed close together. Too many reflections. I do not like reflections. They multiply things. I choose a table with a clear view of the main walkway and my back to the wall. You sit where I point. Your hands rest on the table, still waiting. I order for both of us. This is normal. My voice sounds normal. The weight in my chest disagrees. While we wait, I scan. Faces pass in patterns. Families, groups of friends, people looking at screens instead of each other. Nothing stands out at first. That is what bothers me. You ask if I want water. The question surprises me. It is small, thoughtful. I nod, and you stand before I stop you. You move smoothly, already watching the flow of people. You learned that from me. I do not like that you learned it so well. As you walk toward the counter, I track you the entire time. That is also normal. Still, my focus narrows too much. I lose the edges of the room for a second, and that never happens. Someone sits at the table behind you. I did not see him approach. That is the first real problem. He looks ordinary, mid-30s, neutral clothes, no visible tension. He pretends to check his phone, but his screen stays dark. His posture is wrong. Too ready, too still. I adjust my position, slightly, enough to see both of you at once. You return with the water and pause. When you notice my attention has shifted, you do not ask. You follow my gaze instead. Your eyes move, careful, controlled. You see him, your hand tightens around the glass. Just a little, I see it. The man does not. I tell you to sit. My voice is calm, too calm. I place my hand on the edge of the table, closer to you than before, ready to move. This time, I do not pull it back. The man looks up, not at me, at you. The look lasts less than a second, curious, measuring. Then it is gone, replaced by polite disinterest. Anyone else would miss it. You do not. You shift your chair a few inches closer to mine. No instruction, no signal, just movement. Something inside me tightens and sharpens at the same time. I do not confront him, not yet. There is no proof. There is only instinct. An instinct alone is not enough in a place like this. I memorize his face instead, the line of his jaw, the way he holds his phone. When the food arrives, he stands. He walks past our table on his way out, close enough that I catch a faint scent of cologne, close enough that you stop breathing for a moment. He does not touch you. That matters. It also does not. I watch him disappear into the crowd. I count steps until he is gone from view. Only then do I exhale. You look at me. This time, you do not look away first. I tell you to eat. My voice is steady again, but something has changed. You nod and do as you are told, though your attention keeps drifting to the open space around us. You are watching now. That realization settles heavy and cold in my stomach. This was not an attack. No weapons, no words, no mistakes I can report. Only a presence, and the quiet understanding that next time, it may not stay that way. I changed the schedule the next day. Earlier exit, different route, more open space. I do not explain the reasons. You do not ask. Still, I feel your attention on me more often now. Following decisions instead of waiting for them. We are back in public, this time in a smaller plaza near the mall. Fewer people, too quiet for the hour. The sound carries differently here. Footsteps echo longer than they should. I position myself, slightly ahead of you. Habit, control. My hand hovers near my jacket without touching it. You stay close, closer than I ordered. I notice and let it pass. We cross the open center of the plaza. You slow, it is subtle. Anyone else would miss it. You do not stop. You just shorten your step. And because I am trained to match pace, I slow with you before I think. That is when I see it. Movement at the edge of the crowd. The same man from the restaurant. Or someone close enough that my mind reacts as if it is him. The jacket is different. The walk is not. He is not watching me. He is watching you. I angle my body, blocking his line of sight. You shift at the same time, mirroring the movement. For a brief moment, we are perfectly aligned without a word exchanged. That should not happen. I tell you to keep walking. My voice stays low, calm. You obey, but you do not rush. You stay steady, controlled, aware. Your eyes move, tracking reflections in glass, open paths. Hands, I realize then, that you are not waiting for. Instructions. You are reading the space. The man changes direction, so do you. You step closer to me. Close enough that our shoulders brush. This time you do not apologize. You use my body as cover, exactly the way I would have taught you not to. It is the right choice. It should not be your choice. I put my hand on your back, not a push, not a pull, just contact, firm and guiding. I register it even as I pretend it means nothing. You accept it without reaction, already moving with me. We turn sharply into a narrow side path between shops. The noise drops. Footsteps echo behind us. I count them, 2 sets. I tell you to keep your head forward. You do. Your breathing stays even. Too even for someone who should be afraid. That scares me more than panic would. At the end of the path. You stop. I was about to tell you to. You notice the reflection. First glass, shadow. A pause that lasts half a second too long. You tilt your head, just slightly, and confirm it. Someone is behind us. I move you to the side, placing myself between you and the open space ahead. You let me. For a moment, control returns to where it belongs. Then you do something unexpected. You grip my sleeve, not hard, not desperate, just enough to anchor me. The message is clear. You are not panicking. You are not frozen. You are ready. I tell you, we are leaving now. My voice is sharp, finally matching the situation. You nod and move when I move, not a step behind. We exit into the street. Traffic noise hits us hard. The man does not follow. This time, I do not slow down until we are 3 blocks away. Only then do I release my grip on you. My hand tingles where it was. I curl my fingers, grounding myself. You look at me waiting. I should tell you that you did well. I should tell you never to do that again. I say neither. Instead, I realize something I have been avoiding since the restaurant. You are no longer just the one being protected, and I am no longer the only one watching. It happens faster than it should. We are almost back to the car. The street is narrow here, pressed between buildings, loud with traffic at one end and too quiet at the other. I tell myself, this is fine, almost done, almost safe. I am wrong. I sense it before I see it. A shift in sound. Footsteps that do not match the rhythm around us. My hand comes up, ready to move you back, to place you where you belong, behind me. I turn. The man is there, closer than before, too close. There is no confusion in his face now, no pretending. His focus is sharp and direct. On me. That is when everything breaks. He moves fast, faster than I expected. My body reacts on instinct, stepping forward, reaching for you at the same time. I shout your name without meaning to. The sound tears out of my chest. The crowd screams. Someone drops something. Glass shatters. I see the weapon, too late. I push you hard, trying to move you behind me, trying to fix the mistake. You stumble, but you do not fall. Instead of moving back, you turn. That is the moment I will never forget. You step forward, not into danger, into me. You grab my jacket and pull me down as the man lunges. I lose my balance. We collide, bodies hitting the ground together. Pain explodes across my shoulder as we fall. The impact that should have been mine is not. It is yours. I hear the sound before I understand it. A dull, sickening noise. You gasp. Sharp. Broken. Your body goes rigid in my hands. I roll, dragging you with me. Shielding you now. Finally doing what I was trained to do. My mind is screaming that this is wrong. That you should not be here. That you should not be hurt. I shout for help. I shout for backup. My voice cracks. The man is gone, pulled away by the noise, by the chaos, by people running toward us instead of away. It does not matter. None of it matters. You are not moving. I press my hands against you, trying to find the wound, trying to stop something I cannot see. My hands shake. That never happens. I keep telling you to stay with me, over and over. Orders without meaning. Your eyes are open. They are unfocused. No, I say. I do not know who I am speaking to. You, myself, the world. This was not your job. This was not your choice. But I remember your hand on my sleeve. I remember the way you stepped closer. You protected me. Sirens cut through the noise. Too loud. Too slow. People crowd around us, and I scream at them to move back. I am aware of blood on my hands. I do not know if it is yours or mine. I keep talking to you. I tell you, I am here. I tell you not to close your eyes. I tell you everything I never allowed myself to think. You do not answer. They pull me away. I fight them. I lose. The last thing I see before they block my view is your face, pale, still, too quiet. For the first time since I met you, I am not the one in control, and I am terrified that I never will be again. They tell me I did everything right. They say my response was fast. They say the outcome could have been worse. They say your injuries were severe. They do not say your name. I stop listening after that. The days that follow blur together. Reports, statements, cleaned blood that does not feel clean. I repeat the facts because facts are safer than memory. Memory brings back the weight of your body, the sound you made when the air left your lungs. I am placed on leave. Temporary, they say. I do not argue. There is nothing left to guard. I visit the hospital when I am allowed. I stand by the bed and talk to you as if this were another hallway. Another quiet night where my voice filled the space and yours stayed silent. I tell you the routes I should have changed. The moment I reacted too late. The rule I finally broke. I do not touch you. I do not need to. Machines breathe for you. Their rhythm is steady, patient. I hate how calm they sound. You always hated unnecessary noise. I tell you that you were not supposed to move. I tell you that you were not supposed to protect me. The words feel useless now. I stay longer than visiting hours. No one stops me. They recognize the uniform even when it is no longer official. At night, when the room is quiet, I let myself speak the truth. I tell you that I saw you before I allowed myself to understand. That every step closer was a choice I pretended was not mine. That I failed you long before the attack. I apologize. Not once. Not carefully. I apologize until my voice breaks and I cannot continue. The nurse comes in near dawn. She checks the monitors and then looks at me. You should sit, she says. I do not understand why until your hand moves. It is small. Barely there. A twitch of fingers against the sheet. I freeze, afraid of imagining it. Then you breathe, not the machine, you. It is uneven, shallow, real. I step closer to the bed for the first time. My hands hover, uncertain. I wait, the way you always waited for me. Your eyes open. They do not focus right away. When they do, they find me. You do not speak. You do not have to. I tell you to stay still. I tell you, I am here. I tell you, you are safe now. This time, the words are true. Later they will say, you survived because help arrived fast, because your body held on, because luck was on your side. They will not mention the moment you chose to move. I will, every day, because in the end, I was never only your guard, and you were never only the one I protected. We are still here. That is enough. If you are still here, then you already know how this ends. Not with answers, not with clean lines or clear rules. I told you this story because silence does not erase what happened. It only hides it. I spent too long believing control meant distance, that protection meant never being seen. I was wrong. You survived. That matters more than anything else. What we were to each other does not fit neatly into a report. There is no word for the moment someone steps forward when they should step back. No training prepares you for being chosen. I will carry this with me. The nights, the fear, the weight of your hand on my sleeve. If you take anything from this story, let it be this. Protection is not always about standing in front. Sometimes, it is about trusting someone to stand with you. This is where I stop speaking. The rest belongs to you.